Hey YouTube, I came across a Facebook post from one of my remarkably liberal friends, and I thought I'd do a little critique and reaction video to not only her post, but the video that she was posting about. So here's her post. It says, "Yes, I think we are going to see more of this. People rising up and feeling like there's no choice but to stand up and say, this is wrong." So I'll play the video in a sec, but it's basically a video about this Irish senator who is against Trump and asking people to stand up and, say that this is wrong and basically protest the fair election. So her statement here, yes, I think we're going to see more of this. Well, I don't think actually we're going to see a lot more of this when you look at, most people predicted it would just be like a week of whining, and if we look here for these search terms, not my president, anti-Trump, and anti-Trump protest, basically it hit all-time high November 10th, and then the whining has steadily decreased, and pretty much in a few days it'll be pretty much done with, and it'll be about 2 weeks. So no, we're not going to see more of this. It isn't an issue of people rising up, because the people already did rise up and feeling like there is no choice. Well, actually there was a choice, and it was the elections, and he won. So when you're done whining, we could move forward, and until then, I guess you're just going to keep whining. No choice but to stand up and say, this is wrong. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy's video here.
How we are supposed to deal with this monster who's just been elected president of America.
Okay, so first rule of sophism: call people names. That's basically what sophists do. And here we go, he just called him a fascist. Is it a fascist? Let's see. Let's deal with this monster.
Who's just been elected president of America.
Calls people names, doesn't explain why he's a fascist, doesn't explain why he's a monster. Just calling people names.
America has just elected a fascist. And the best thing that good people in Ireland can do
More name calling.
is to ring him up and ask him if it's okay to still bring the shamrock on St. Patrick's Day. I'm embarrassed by the reaction of the Irish government to...
He's embarrassed. Feelings. I'm embarrassed.
What's happened in America. Can the government not understand...
Didn't talk about why he was embarrassed, just he's embarrassed.
What's happening? We are at an ugly international crossroads.
Fear-mongering. We're an ugly international crossroads.
What's happening in Britain is appalling. What's happening across Europe is appalling.
Yeah, it is appalling what's happening in Britain and Europe, and that's why Britain just voted for Brexit. And it's there's some pretty bad stuff happening in Europe, and it's largely due to leftist policies that are now encroaching on people's freedoms, and the whole open borders, in Germany and stuff is causing a lot of problems, a lot of cultural problems, and people are reacting to those problems, and yeah, that's what's appalling, and these are largely leftist policies that are creating these problems.
It has echoes from the 1930s, and America, the most powerful country in the world.
So what is he now? He's basically trying to make this a link between Trump being a white supremacist or something, right? Is that pretty much what he's doing? But again, just not giving any evidence to back up the claim, just comparing it to an era of racism.
Has just elected a fascist.
Name
And the
calling.
best it can come out with from government spokesperson is, well, we have to talk about foreign direct investment. We have to be conscious of American investments in Ireland.
Economics is pretty important.
There are 50,000 Irish people illegal in America who I'm quite sure are fearful of their futures.
Okay, you just finished bashing the importance of talking about economics, yet you're now talking about the 50,000 Irish people that have left your country due to the economic problems in your own country, and now they're in America and they're fearful for their futures.
When are we going to have the moral courage to speak in terms other than economy all the time and to realize what is happening?
Well, actually, that's what Trump was doing. He had the moral courage to talk about a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't want to talk about outside of economy. Okay, he was the only person who brought up illegal immigration, and he's bringing up things that a lot of people are too scared to talk about. But and they're all outside of the economy, and a lot of the things are about economy, and it's pretty obvious.
I am frightened.
He's frightened.
I am absolutely frightened for what's happening to this world and what's happening.
More fear-mongering.
To our inability to stand up for. I want to ask you, leader, to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs into this House and to ask him how we are supposed to deal with this monster who's just been elected president.
Who's just been elected democratically, okay, to be the president of America. So, what are you protesting? A totally fair and democratic election? You know what? It's not even just fair. He went against all odds. He went against so much. And
of America, because I don't think any of us in years to come should look back at this period and not say that we did everything in our power to call it out for what it is.
Yeah, looking back on this election from somewhere in the future, people are going to realize exactly what it is. Donald Trump went against all odds. He went against a totally rigged system, okay? And we know this from, the rigged town halls, Donna Brazil getting leaking the town hall questions. We know this from the media being so in the bag, pretty much being Hillary's PR firm. So yeah, looking back at this from the future, we'll have a clear sight of it. And I mean, this guy's attitude is exactly why Donald Trump won. It's because liberals, people on the left, just react emotionally. They do not want to hear other people's viewpoints, and they resort to shame and name calling. And that's exactly why Donald Trump won. Okay? And I guess as soon as all this whining subsides, we'll be able to move forward. Until then, I guess we'll just have to wait. All right, peace out.